the foundational point is the chief executive can't delegate this work and walk away from it. And many of the companies that I see adding chief diversity officers, they do so in many cases after a crisis. So it's a job that has relatively high turnover. If you step back and just look at the appointments of chief diversity officers, the shelf life is probably less than 2 years. In many cases, is following an incident in the company, and it's more a risk mitigating. I view it in some cases almost a diversion, from what really needs to happen. Where I think chief diversity officers really work is when they're integrated into the strategy, the core strategy of the company. They've got a portfolio where they can really have an impact in the organization. I love it when, especially in larger companies, when that chief diversity officer sits on the executive team of the CEO, because they have a seat at the table, a voice, and they have an opportunity to really impact the company in a material way. And I'll give a couple of examples.
Yeah.
I sit on the board of a retailer, Snook Supermarkets, and that CEO, Todd Snook, like many leaders, was shocked by the murder of George Floyd and the racial reckoning and all the conversation that happened. He committed probably 6 months before that. He added a chief diversity officer at the company, but post the George Floyd murder, he, pulled me in as a board member, said, James, I really want your help and attention around this work. And what I watched him do, and we've been doing this now for 2 years, he visits with the chief diversity officer, the chief people officer, and one line executive on a weekly basis on the topic of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Every single week, 2 full years, and then has me to come in as a board member. He knows that I have experience in the area. He knew I was working on this book and had lots of examples. But on a monthly basis, I'm in a conversation with diversity, on diversity with the CEO on a monthly basis. And he's put himself in a place where he's learning and growing really across the time, and it's positioning him to make better calls inside his company. So that's the point I make when I say you can't delegate this work.